Did you know that past relationships, both romantic and non-romantic, are a cause of anxiety for a lot of people? Oliver Armstrong here, anxiety recovery expert. For a lot of people, separating or divorcing from their husband or wife after many years together can cause all sorts of emotional and mental issues, particularly anxiety. When you've lived together with somebody for so long and all of a sudden you're not, you start to notice the insecurities, the lack of comfort, the lack of security, a feeling of loneliness, a fear of loneliness, fear of the unknown, lots of negative thinking, lots of overthinking, all sorts of issues come up. When you've had that safety net, that safety blanket of being a partnership and all of a sudden you're not, it causes an inner turmoil. Now, for other people, the relationships can be from parents or siblings, and the cause can be when they've done you wrong in some way, whether it was in childhood once or twice, or throughout your entire childhood, or perhaps in your teenage years. Maybe it was a recent event, or maybe it was in your 20s. But depending on what they did, depending on the context and how it emotionally impacted you, if you haven't emotionally resolved whatever happened, it can come out as anxiety many years later. But it can also come out as many unwanted behaviors, many irrational fears, many limiting beliefs. They manifest in all different ways. It's literally any relationship can cause anxiety. Relationships with friends, with colleagues, with your boss, with your neighbor. Any situation or event with any person has the potential to cause you anxiety or some other unwanted behavior or problem at some stage in your life. But until you emotionally resolve whatever that causal memory is, no matter what you try, you most likely will end up just managing the symptoms and won't do anything to resolve that cause. So the key is to discover the cause memory or memories and to emotionally resolve them. When you emotionally resolve them, how you feel about what happened changes. You experience a situation and it causes a physiological response, an emotion, and you determine how you feel based off what that sensation is. And that feeling is a meaning that you have given to that emotion based on the context and what happened in that. Those feelings determine the thoughts, what you say to yourself, and those thoughts then determine the beliefs which get installed into your brain based off what you've been telling yourself or based off what happened in that situation. And then those beliefs and the thought patterns, the feelings and the emotions determine your behaviors. So in order to resolve the anxiety created from romantic or non-romantic past relationships, you need to work with somebody who can not only help you discover the causal memory, but you need to work with somebody who can actually help you emotionally resolve those memories once you've found them. Once you change the core foundational emotion, the core foundational problem that created the anxiety, your brain has to change everything else because it's no longer relevant. The behaviors, the thought patterns, the beliefs, they all have to change too because they are no longer valid. What happens then is the brain turns off or turns back down to normal levels, the fight or flight response. Because the fight or flight response is a natural activation of the survival response of the body. When you cross the street, you naturally get a little bit of anxiety so that you don't walk out in traffic and die. Now that's a normal response. When you've crossed the road, the anxiety comes back down. For most people, the anxiety remains, and it often remains because the brain is replaying an event from the past, and the event from the past often comes from some form of a relationship, and until it's emotionally resolved, it will keep playing in the background non-consciously or subconsciously, whatever you want to call it. And it happens all out of conscious awareness, and it feels so out of your control. That's because largely it's non-conscious, it's subconscious. So working at the level of feelings and emotions, you are working at this non-conscious level. And this process is exactly what I do in my practice. If you'd like to talk to me to find out if we might be a good fit to work together and find out how specifically I can help you, go ahead and use the link in the description of this video to schedule a free consultation call with me. I work completely over the phone, so I talk and work with anyone, anywhere in the world. So once again, the key to overcoming anxiety created from a past relationship is to discover and emotionally resolve the cause. From this point, everything else changes. I hope this video has made sense, and I hope it's given you some clarity as to what direction you need to follow now. Focus on finding and emotionally resolving that cause. Focusing anywhere else is just a waste of your time and energy. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.